of this Unitarian Universalist congregation of the Swananoa Valley. And no matter who you are, or where you come from, or what brings you here today, I would imagine what sermon and wonderful music and the camaraderie of liberal, loving people. We gather to celebrate our diversity and to leave inspired both intellectually and spiritually. We have a custom of asking our first-time or second-time visitors, or people who have not been here for a very long time, to stand, if you're comfortable, and tell us who you are and where you're from. And we'll start over here on this side.
My name is Karen Kleiber, daughter of Maggie Kleiber, and this is my son Ben. We're visiting from Northern Virginia.
Over here. Anyone else over here? This side?
Here, we got.
My name is Nicole Conrad. I'm born and raised in England, and this is my service call.
Okay. Welcome. It's a lot like this.
And now to this side.
I'll come up. Hey, y'all, I'm Bev Brennan back. I was in hibernation until Tuesday, but good to be here again.
Welcome home. Hey everybody, I'm Justin Burrow. My family, Barbara, Iris, and Cass. It's our second time here. We live here in town.
Yeah.
Mary Ellen Berg, my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, Risa and Fletcher Walsh. We're here from High Point.
Welcome.
Joe, and we always enjoy coming and visiting with Risa and Fletcher. This is our first time.
Can I ask you at this time, before I go on, if you would make sure you silence your phones? I would like to point out our principles, our 8 principles on the back of your order of service. And just have you look through those. We won't read them, but just whether you've been here 1,000 times or for the first time, they're worth reading and reaffirming. And while we are on the back of this order of service, we acknowledge that this was not always our land, and we have a statement that attests to that. It's in the square on the back of the order of service. If you would read that with me. We acknowledge with respect that this land is the sacred ancestral home of the Cherokee and other Native peoples who survived and continue to make their home here. We deeply regret the genocide and broken treaties by which their land was stolen and from which we all benefit. We support the Cherokee as they seek redress for these injustices. We also acknowledge that this country was built on the stolen labor and denied ownership of land to enslaved Africans who continue to experience oppression, economic injustice, and generational trauma. We bear a moral and spiritual responsibility to oppose and work to eliminate the ongoing harm of white supremacy and racism. And again, no matter where you came from or who you are, for this next hour, you are a welcome member of our community. Before we start our service, we have a couple of announcements. One, I serendipitously wound up here this morning in front of the microphone, and it's a good thing because I'm part of the stewardship committee, and we are throwing a big party to kick off our annual canvas. And it's truly a last call for RSVPs. We have, to my knowledge, 40 people coming. So it's going to be quite a party. So you have the rest of, well, today, the next couple of days, to let Sage, who is our administrator, know. And you can see that in the current, or I think there's a notice on the bulletin board. Also, Evan would like to speak a little bit about the mechanics of the canvas.
Carol stole my thunder a little bit there. And good morning, I'm Evan from the Stewardship Committee. I'm excited to announce the launch of our 2026-27 annual canvas to support the operations of the church. We officially kicked this off on March 1st at our canvas kickoff party at Perry Social, Black Mountain at 4 to 7 p.m. This is more than just a fundraising campaign. It's an opportunity to come together, celebrate our community, and recommit ourselves to the mission and ministries that make UUCSV such a transformative place. Whether you've been part of this congregation for decades or just beginning your journey with us, your support makes everything we do possible. From our inspiring worship services to our social justice work to the pastoral care that sustains us through life's challenges. We hope you'll join us at Perry Social to connect with fellow congregants and enjoy some food and fellowship and learn more about our vision for the coming year. Because of the success of last year's canvas, and to make this year's canvas both meaningful and fun, we're introducing 3 exciting raffles. First, everyone who attends the kickoff party on March 1st will be entered into a raffle for a special prize. Second, we have our early commitment raffle, which is what we did last year. Return your commitment by March 7th and receive 5 raffle tickets. By March 14th, only 3. By March 21st, only 1. And we'll hold a drawing on March 22nd for a Black Mountain Restaurant gift certificate. And third, anyone who meets the suggested Stewardship Committee's suggested commitment amount will be entered into a 3rd raffle. In the coming days, you'll receive letters in the mail, that's 1 way, via email, 2 ways, and also we'll be handing out letters here in the church. So you'll get the same letter 3 times. You only need to return 1. Your generosity, whether you've made formal commitments in the past or have simply given from the heart, is what sustains this community. Together, we'll make this canvas celebration of all we can accomplish when we support one another in our shared mission. Thank you.
Thank you.
And on that note, let our service begin.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for making it. A couple people had called this morning under the weather. There's like a little bug, stomach bug going around, and sinus stuff, which I had a few weeks ago. But I'm glad you stepped out. The words of Aisha Hauser and Susan Lawrence. We are Unitarian Universalists with minds that think, hearts that love, and hands that are ready to serve. Together we care for our earth and work for friendship and peace in a sometimes chaotic and troubled world. Please rise as you are willing and able, and join in singing our opening hymn this morning, number 163. For the earth, forever turning.
Sing we our joyful song.
All righty. People, yeah, just come on in. There's seats if you need. Just come down front. Our reading this morning, our responsive reading is number 557 in the back of the gray hymnal by the late Reverend David Eaton. It's called A Common Destiny. Let's read it responsibly. All living substance, all substance of energy, being, and purpose are united and share the same destiny.
All people, those we love and those we know not of, are united and share the same destiny.
Birth to death, we share this unity with the sun, earth,
Our brothers and sisters and strangers,
flowers of the field, snowflakes, volcanoes, and moonbeams.
birth, life, death, unknown, known, unknown.
Our destiny from unknown to unknown.
May we have the faith to accept this mystery and build upon its everlasting truth.
This is the time in the service when we invite you to come and share a joy, a concern, a sorrow. We have the water, the elements are here. We have fire, earth, and the stones, the water, and now we need you. So, the floor is yours. Do I need to bring the stones around? This stone is for those of you who, for whatever reason, decided not to come up. Just know that we keep you in our thoughts and prayers and in our hearts and mind. Please center yourselves as you see fit and join in the spirit of prayer and meditation. And we will, as usual, have our time of quiet after the meditation. This is called the poignancy of living in these days. I inhale and I exhale in regular rhythm. An act so common it never occurs to me to even pay attention. And when I do, I'm overwhelmed with the wonder of it all. I eat my food as I have done for 1,000 days, a practice so frequent that I hardly even notice the miraculous million events that happen in my body when I do this. But when I do, I am taken with their singular beauty. I greet my loved ones as I have greeted them for years, a habit that I pass off casually until I realize the deep poignancy of greetings and farewells, how precious they are, how they touch deeper feeling chords each time. Perhaps it is middle age or old age, or perhaps sentimentality growing in me, or perhaps I am awakened to life finally, in ways transcending my usual semi-awake state of being. The poignancy of living in these times and days penetrates me, burrows deep into my psyche or soul or spirit, I know not what. I only know that I feel things more deeply with the passing of the years. That the common things of life become uncommon, that the ordinary becomes extraordinary, that the habitual becomes sacred. Bittersweet is the poignancy of living in these days. I waken and I bow down in deep gratitude. And so now, for this brief moment, while my mind and your mind are one, I leave you with the eloquence of silence. And so it is. I wanted to leave you with these words. I forgot I had not written them down. Picasso. The meaning of life is the beginning of life is to find your gift. The meaning of life is to give it away. And so, in that spirit, we collect this morning's offering. Thank you for your generosity. It is indeed appreciated. Please stand as you are willing and able and join in singing our UU National Anthem, Spirit of Life. Number 1, 2, 3, yes. I was fiddling with this till the wee hours of the morning this morning, but I want you to, I was letting the perfect get in the way of the good. I want to talk about wonder. I need you to follow me. I need you to keep your heart open, because this is more, the beginning isn't, but this is more of a thought-felt kind of sermon, and I want you to be open to that, like kids do, and that kid in you will do it, hopefully. So I want to set the table to talk about, I'm going to speed through it, what philosophers and poets have wrestled with what wonder is. And then I want to specifically riff on what the great Jewish rabbi Abraham Heschel, he marched with King in Selma. And I want to, because he was a mystic. And I'm using that term because it's kind of, it's a little deeper or a little higher than religion. and all religions have their mystics, and they're never treated well by them. Because it scares folks. Poets and philosophers often link wisdom and knowledge and a deeper appreciation of existence about wonder. It's hard to tell where Socrates begins and Plato ends and vice versa. But they talk about wisdom beginning with wonder. Aristotle says, in all things of nature there is something marvelous. G.K. Chesterton, childhood, right, was a marvelous world. Rachel Carson, we need wonder's companionship on our life's journey. Ralph Waldo Emerson, men, women, love to wonder because wonder is the seed of science. Poets like Mary Oliver, emphasizing wonder as the human core faculty that sparks inquiry into art, into any spiritual connection, viewing it as the source of discovery. Alfred North Whitehead, philosophy begins in wonder. Just a few. I want to, I was looking, Goethe, genius. A man, woman, should hear a little music, read a little poetry, and see a fine picture every day of his or her life in order that worldly cares may not obliterate the sense of the beautiful which God has implanted in the human soul. African American thinkers often explore a sense of wonder, but through the lens of resilience, the mysteries of African American existence, intellectual curiosity, and the power of the transforming power of art and imagination. And this wonder is tied to beauty, the ability to endure suffering, and to injustice. Alice Walker says that we should be in awe of the spectacular journey of African Americans in the Americas, the extraordinary wonder of life that surrounds us even in suffering. Frederick Douglass, From Slavery to American Wonder, talks about America with its flaws, but also the possibilities that we still have. People still come here. It's a little harder, but people still come here. When was the last time you had something good to say about our country? There's a lot not so good, but remember, people still want to come here. And so Frederick Douglass is talking about, even being a former slave, that the potential that we have, the possibilities that we have as we seek justice. Phyllis Wheatley, one of the first published African American intellectuals in this country, talks about a sense of wonder and curiosity in the world. And my old professor, James H. Cone, who talked about black theology and touches on the mystery and the miracle of black people still being alive in America. Samuel Delaney, you ever read any of his stuff? It's sci-fi. Brilliant gay man of color, talking about science fiction and race identity and difference. I want to talk a bit about Krishnamurti, and then we will get into the meat of this. He gives us some clues. He talks about his view on wonder. It's like to go back to that innocence of a newborn. Rabbi Jesus talks about this too. To keep that childlike essence, not childish, but childlike. And so he talks about wonder when the mind stops thinking, when we stop trying to dissect and just look and just become one with it. We want to dissect stuff because we can put things in boxes and then we want to understand them. He says that true wonder involves realizing that I The observer is not separate. That's quantum physics, you know. So this is what we're talking about. He talks about being sensitive to the natural world. You go on your hikes, you know, the nature, the animals, the plants, recognizing that we are one with that. And it's not about achieving a feeling of awe through effort, but it's something that just takes over. How do you cultivate it? Krishnamurti says, stop getting in the way. Don't add your opinions, memories, labels to what you see and hear. Just listen. Just look. Be present with your breath and your attention. I just wanted to talk to you about this. Religions give you a sense of wonder as fundamental to the spiritual experience. The rest you can look up on your own. Otherwise, we will be here until 2 o'clock. And this is not a Baptist church. Rabbi Abraham Heschel once said that the beginning of our happiness lies in the understanding that life without wonder is not worth living. Wonder is a very interesting word. It has two meanings that are nearly but not quite opposite. So I'm going to need you to open this chakra. This one's open all the time where you use, but you need to open this for the next 20 minutes. Wonder is a very interesting word. It has two meanings that are nearly but not quite opposites. First of all, wonder is a state of questioning. It's questioning. To wonder if, right? To wonder about something. It implies a lack of desired information. There's a state of not knowing. I don't know, I'm wondering. But in its second usage, the word can be used to represent a kind of knowing, but not a knowing as information, but a knowing as in the positive experience of mystery. You with me?
Yeah.
Okay. In this usage of the word, it is an intuitive connection. It is right brain. It is an intuitive connection with the deepest essence of experience. Words get in the way, but just walk with me. It'll be worth it. Without any need to what? To dissect what is being experienced into information. You just be it. You're not trying to interpret it. There is a question implied, but it's a question that's not really looking for an answer. It's not looking for an answer. The question is a positive experience of query into the deepest secrets of life. With the questioner, you and I, we're just satisfied to live with the questions. I mean, that's part of being UUs. We're not certain of the answers. Our more orthodox brothers and sisters, they have God on speed dial. You know, they know. And that gets in the way of faith, but it gets in the way of life experience. Okay? That mystery, that uncertainty. This is sometimes described as mystical wonder. The Jewish mystic theologian Abraham Heschel is calling us to this mystical wonder as the essence of the spiritual experience, as the source, the 0 point, if you will, of what? Of true happiness and deep well-being. Who doesn't want that? He is saying that wonder is essential to a meaningful life, noting mystical wonder as the sweetest of experiences. And he seems to be suggesting that without this sweetness, life is merely routine. Even exciting or stimulating routines cannot approach the peace, the bliss, the fullness of wonder. You're still with me. We're walking together. You see, religions are belief systems, and we can believe many things. It might be said that we can believe anything if it's packaged and sold properly, but wonder is the source of all that is transcendent. And it cannot be sold or preached. It can only be touched. It can only be received like grace. Like grace. What is clear is that to activate this state of mystical wonder that's so essential to us being humans, we need to come out of the intellectual, not throw it away, but we need to come out of the intellectual and into the dimension of pure and direct experience. You still with me? Okay, because it's going to get a little,
Wait, say
but
that
it's going to
again.
be worth it.
Say that last thing again.
Okay. He is saying that to activate this mystical wonder, right? And you can do it in meditation, you can do it in the woods, you can do it, but you gotta come out of the left brain. You know the old saying, you can't get here from here? Well, in a way, that's what he's saying. Not to throw away the intellectual, who wants to do that? And you can't. But not to let it be, so, okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna work it out with you. So what he's saying is that it's important to ask, what is this wonder and how do we find it? Just as the word has two meanings, it could be understood that these meanings represent two very different dimensions of existence and experience. The more conventional use of the word represents the utilitarian, right? What's practical, okay, rather than attractive. You know, it's a world of duality, of the reasoning mind and the ego, right? Stumbling and bumbling. We're trying to master everything and put it in our boxes. Because it makes us feel good. If I put you in a box, if I put the idea in a box, are you Christian, are you not, are you white, are you not, are you black? You know, we got it, it makes me feel good. I can get a handle on you, allegedly. But that's the one part. It is the world of our going about our business, where our understanding reaches its limits and we wonder how to proceed. Or when we encounter something new and we wonder, well, what is this? How does it work? That's one way. We experience wondering as our mind reaches questioning about the thing that's out there that's separate from us. See, that's the quantum thing again. See, but you're separate from me, right? Makes me feel good. You're separate. That's how I form the world. The duality of the experience obviously is clear. Yet even in this experience of duality, the more we engage this capacity of intellectual wondering, so we don't have to give it up, the richer, more complex, deep, and fulfilling our life becomes. So when we get in this space of wonder, this dimension of wondering, we don't take it lightly, we don't dismiss it, but now we can cultivate it. See, now I'm aware that I'm putting you in a box. That's, you know, it's like the 12 steps. Progress, not perfection. Now I'm aware that I don't know. I'm aware that there's more to you than meets the eye. It's very important to cultivate that. Because if you don't, you have a culture like this. You have a world like this. It is what a bad education does. It's what a good education does, I'm sorry. And it's what a bad education takes from us. So how do we access this mystical space of wonder? As we grew older, our vision became focused too much on the idea of separateness. And we began to believe that this separateness is the only reality. Now you're with me. Yeah. When we were little children, we entered this space at will. You see children, how they play, they get the most out of a moment. They're always in the moment. Children know what it's like to be in the moment and to get the most out of it. You see, as a child, you see a caterpillar crawling across a leaf. And you will stop what you're doing. Now I'm too busy. I gotta get to church. I gotta get over, I got places to be. I'm somebody. This is not the wandering of the intellectual mind, what I'm talking about. It's a space or experience of making all that separateness dissolve. It is an activity of the soul where we actually become this space. That's where your childhood memories come from, your good ones at least. And then as time goes on, we get pulled back. See, I gotta go now. The clock is ticking. I have to be socialized. I'm chastised I have to be striving for goals. I have to be obedient. I have to be a practical person. And we lose the childlike innocence and the entry into this wondrous space because we are struggling to become somebody. See, I'm somebody. I'm important. Paradise is lost. Or is it? I used to think it was. But I'm going to tell you that it's not. As adults, we stumble into it in spite of ourselves. We stumble into this paradise of wondrous space in the moments of beauty with nature, with art, when the maestro's playing the music, in our intimate and erotic relationships. Anywhere, anytime, when the sense of separateness falls away, that's when it happens, when you forget that we're not separate, that we're one. And you forget it. Now you're in that space. And there may be times when we apply the intellect to mystical wonder, and then we can find something great. If we were to ask ourselves, what is happening here and why is it happening, we might notice that there's an expansion from the sense of you and me to we. To we. And now we have the totality of the experience. And you use your intuition here. You use your intuition here. Light and shadow, right? They start to dance, and then we become the dancers. We become the dancers. The bird in the tree sings, and guess what? We become the bird. A cloud passes overhead, and we become the cloud. Music is playing, and we suddenly are the music. We're not just listening to the music, we are the music. A person is sharing their narrative with us, their story, and it resonates so deeply that we're one with them. You ever had that? Raise your hand, you ever had that?
Had it or I had it?
You never had it?
No, I've had it all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The wind whispers, and we become the whisper. You can do this without ayahuasca or whatever it is. You don't need that. It's good to have it, you have it. But you don't need it. The river flows and we are the river flowing. And so the bird, the cloud, the music, the people, the wind, the river, all that is, we are in that space of wonder. And you can call it what you will, God, source, the 0 point, the force, it doesn't matter. What matters is the space where the all that exists is. Now we are there. Infinitely here, infinitely now. There's no past, future, or present. True mystics do this all the time. Children do it all the time. They're natural with it. Which is why Rabbi Jesus instructed us to be like little children. Not act like little children, but to keep that essence. To keep that. So you don't become like Rome or the United States, where you just lost it. You can get it back, but you lost it. It's the realm of well-being and joy, of play and pure aspiration. It's the place of worship when you come here on Sundays. It's the home of the sacred. And you know what you got to do to get it? You've got the moment. You got to risk looking foolish. Risk, let go. Risk being embarrassed. The moment is the meaning and significance. You know, when what's the brother's name? Joseph Campbell says, when you're on a journey and the goal looks like it's getting further and further away, hopefully you get it that the journey is the goal. Zen Buddhism is steeped in this type of wonder when it speaks of emptiness and nature. Listen to this poem by Japanese poet Matsuo Basho. Temple bells die out, the fragrant blossoms remain. A perfect evening. A perfect evening. We must go back to that small child that's in us. Lose our self-concerns. The entryway is the river, the cloud, the river, whatever it is for you. To love, to at least want to love. You don't have to love. You can at least want to try. That's all that's required. That's all that's required. You must be ready to love everyone and everything, but to just try. You have to let go of what makes sense. You have to let go of what's practical. And you'll know it when you're there. The skill is staying in that place, knowing your true self at the totality of the moment. The mystics trained themselves to do this, and you can too. It's found in the quiet living and ecstasy and amazement in the midst of what seems ordinary and mundane. Even dull, even boring. It's dull and boring to those not sharing in the space that they once knew as a child, because it's sad, because they've forgotten how to remember. You ever been around people like that? Good people, they've just forgotten how to remember. That space that's in all of us. I'll end with this, a quote from Carl Gustav Jung. If our religion is based on salvation, our true emotions will be fear and trembling. But if our emotions are based on wonder, our chief emotion will be gratitude. Will be gratitude. And may it always be so. Amen, Ashe, and blessed be. Okay, our closing hymn, another good one. Number 108, please rise as you are willing and able. One announcement, quickly. Norris Orbach's memorial service will be at the UU Church in Asheville on Saturday, February 21st. I think that's Malcolm X's birthday. He was killed that. I have to. 2/21/26 at 2 p.m. Got it?
Thank you.
Okay, it was in the current, but thank you for bringing it up.
Yeah, it's not in that, it's in the email.
Mm.
In the emails.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Michael.
You're very welcome. Y'all got that?
Yeah.
2/21/26, Asheville Church, 2 p.m.
That tales of you to prison cell and dungeon vile. Our thoughts to them are winging, when friends by shame are undefiled. How can I keep from singing?
Maestro, thank you. Our time together is finished, but our work is not done. May our spirits be renewed and our resolve strengthened as we meet the challenges of the week to come. As always, it's like Star Trek, damage report. This chalice flame will be extinguished until we ignite it again. And then we'll all be together in communion. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you.